My life be like,
Way so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yo, friends, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to Chelsea news. The Athletic deal sheet is out today. We're going to reflect on that. What are the big boys over there at the Athletic saying? Of course, maybe a little bit more reflection on the squad news, the preseason news. Of course, big stuff regarding Trevoh Chalobah yesterday that made headlines, everyone frustrated, upset. We could do a little bit more on that maybe now the dust has settled. Lots to get into, as always, here on the channel Football Therapy. So I thank you, my friend, for joining me here today. It's so good to see you. If you dig the content, if you like hanging out with me here, drop a like on the video. It means a lot to me. You're welcome to subscribe, hit the bell if you choose to, and let's get into it. Oh, my glasses are steaming up. Can you see that? It's because I'm getting so hot and steamy. So the Chelsea squad in full: Sanchez, Bettinelli, Beach, Bergstrom as goalkeepers. One big omission there in Georgi Petrovic. Defenders, of course, James, Gusto, Chimpong, which is really exciting. Fofana, Disasi, Tosin, Badiashile, Colwell, Chilwell, and Renato Vega, who I am actually quite excited to see. Not many, well, some midfielders, but not many. Carney Chukwuemeka, who might go on loan, probably will. Lavia, of course, who we are praying doesn't play on any bad pitches. Ugochukwu, probably going to go on loan as well. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall and Santos, who looks like he'll be going back to Strasbourg on loan. So really, it's only really Lavia and Kiernan Dewsbury Hall that are definitely staying. Of course, other midfielders are going to join up. You know, Enzo, Caicedo, Gallagher, etc. The forwards are as follows: Nico Jackson, Christo Nkunku, Raheem Sterling, Mykhailo Mudryk, who's done the Yannick. So you know we're winning the league this season. Noni Madueke, Armando Bria, who's almost certainly gone. Tariq George, very exciting indeed that he's with the Mandem. Mark Yu and Angelo. You'd have to assume Angelo is going to go on loan. So that's the league. I need to sneeze. Hold on. Oh, man. Can I just say, right, I just sneezed. That's very exciting. Got big studio lights on me here. And I was certain I'd lost that sneeze. And I was literally like so crestfallen. Steaming up. You know what I mean? When it's right there and you lose it. But then I dragged it back in. Oh, what a satisfying time for me. Yeah, so that's the squad. Just to trigger everyone's collective post-traumatic stress disorder, £19 million new signing attacking midfielder Amari Kellyman has not been included on Chelsea's USA pre-season tour squad because he's undergoing his rehabilitation program. Didn't even know he was injured. He just put a Chelsea shirt on. He just put the colours on, and the magic wove into his DNA, and those magic words came out of nowhere, continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. It's like some... Don't swear, Yannick. It's like some cruel joke. And we don't deserve that. Anyway, Palmer, Caicedo, Fernandez, Gallagher, Cucurella will join up at later dates, or are likely to join up at later dates. Of course, the likes of Gallagher, well, lots of them, in fact. Apart from Caicedo, they all reached the final of their respective competitions, Copa America, the Euro Championships. So they're going to be, Cucurella needs to sober up first with his red hair. God, going to play for Chelsea with red hair. Don't know if it sits right with me. Yes, but of course they're going to have a holiday. Maybe they'll join up in the UK for pre-season then, rather than joining in America. But I think it's probably I think Caicedo is going to join up in America. We'll see what happens there. Do I need to sneeze? Dude, there's like some dust in my office today. I'm sneezing all over the go. Right, so the name's not on the tour, of course. Kellyman, Alfie Gilchrist, probably going to go on loan. Bashir Humphries, probably going to go on loan. David Detro Fofana, probably going to go on loan. Cesare Casadei, probably going to go on loan. Same with David Washington. And the final two, Georgi Petrovic, he's expected to leave Chelsea. Fabrizio Romano has, in fact, confirmed that Georgi Petrovic is expected to leave Chelsea, which is really, really interesting, which means we're going to have two goalkeepers in a new goalkeeper, which is probably going to be number one, dare I speculate. And then Rob Sanchez, £25 million Rob Sanchez, probably be number 2. And Georgi Petrovic, who costs very little, we should make a profit on. Maybe. Be sad to see him go, but it is what it is. It's not definitive yet, so don't quote me on that. We'll see what happens. And of course, Trevoh Chalobah. Big news yesterday. Loads of people are frustrated. Romano said Trevoh Chalobah is really sad and disappointed. He feel he did his best in the second part of the season last campaign after he returned from injury. That's true. He was our best centre-back when he returned last campaign. Look, man, I'm not going to go over this again, really. I'm just going to reiterate. He was really good last season. He wants to play for Chelsea. He's a Chelsea boy. He trains hard. He was given 2 long contracts, and he's sort of being forced out, if we are to believe the reports. Now, of course, we need to be big boys about this. Let's not be naive and childish. Long has he been reported to be leaving Chelsea or being as an asset up for sale. Now, that is cold AF. It's horrible for a guy who's playing well. He wants to play for this club. He's desperate to do well, and he's been given a long contract. And you're constantly being sold. Said, "Oh yeah, you're gone, mate. Yeah, we're gonna use you for money." It's the game, though. It's freaking horrible. It's the game, and you'd rather it happen to not one of someone like Trev in his situation. And I'm not saying I agree with it. I think it's wrong, and I would not condemn Trevoh Chalobah at all for just saying that ain't going anywhere, mate. I wouldn't be like, oh, he's screwing my club, get out. I wouldn't. No, I'd be like, yeah, you do you, bro. That's completely fine. And I wouldn't necessarily be like that to all players, But we have to be big boys about this, and girls respectively. And say, yeah, it's not like this is out of nowhere. It's not like Pochettino had his arm around him last season and the sporting director's like, you're going to be the face of this club for the next 10 years. And then, actually, now you're not coming on European tour. It's been widely, broadly, and extensively reported that he's going to be sold. And he's like the one on the, him and Breuer, maybe Gallagher, him and Breuer, maybe Gallagher. And that's been the recurring theme. So, yes. It's not out of nowhere, is it? Like, let's be real. But the truth is, here's the right, just to wait for the right club. We expected him to agree to go to Nottingham Forest after he thought he was going to Bayern Munich. Very different kettles of fish. Anyway, let's move on. All right, mate, so we're going to hop over to The Athletic now and look at the deal sheet. Of course, it's published every Tuesday morning to give an update on what the hell is going on. And a few of the big clubs, which of course includes Chelsea, is covered in a segment. There's also an introduction part 1 to watch. Ivan Toney. Where's Ivan Toney going? Could he go to Chelsea or Man United, maybe? I mean, they just signed Xerxes, whatever his name is, so they've got him and Rasmus Højlund, which is significant investment between the two of them. So it's 80. What was Højlund, like 80 million euros, and Xerxes, was he 40 million euros? That's 3 or 4 times as much as Nico Jackson. So, Chelsea have probably got money to invest in a striker. Would we get Toney? I don't know if he's the Maresca guy, but that's an interesting thing to consider. Excuse me, I'm so hay fevery, guys, so if I'm like sniffing and it's gross, I apologise, but for some reason I've just got massive allergies today. I'll double dose on the old antihistamines, man, and see what's going on there. So Chelsea, subheading. What happened this week? Well, a quiet week on the transfer front was overshadowed by Enzo Fernandez plunging in Chelsea into a storm dressing room crisis as he celebrated Argentina's triumph in the Copa America. Yeah, the signing of Caleb Wiley from Atlanta United on a 6-year contract with an option for a further 12 months was completed this week, while work continued on a deal to acquire the Boca Juniors defender Aaron Anselmino for 17 million plus add-ons. That's a lot of pounds. 17 million pounds plus add-ons. Anselmino will remain at Boca for at least 6 months, of course, while the plan is for Wiley, who cost around 8.5 million pounds. So that's even cheaper than I thought it was, is on loan to Strasbourg. Of course, Wiley was announced yesterday. We reacted to that. The Atlanta United fullback, he's going to Strasbourg. He's spoken to the new Strasbourg manager. He's been convinced by the Beluco project, holistically, not just going to Europe to play for Strasbourg. And yes, they feel like 8.5 million pounds, Chelsea, is an excellent deal, an excellent signing, representing excellent value. So let's talk about Enzo. Would Chelsea consider selling Fernandes? Well, they've gone in strong with the headline here. There is zero suggestion from Chelsea that Fernandes could leave this summer. There you go. The 23-year-old has been regarded as a foundational building block at Stamford Bridge ever since he broke their club transfer record to prize him from Benfica in a £106 million deal in January 2023. He is under contract until 2032, and his remaining book value is in excess of £90 million, making him very difficult to sell without registering a significant loss. Chelsea are investigating the video originally broadcast on Fernandes' Instagram account, in which he and Argentina teammates sing what the French Football Federation has labelled a racist and discriminatory song, following, of course, their victory in the Copa America final win over Colombia. We know all of that so far. He could be fined and compelled to participate in educational diversity training. That is far likelier than selling him or seeking to terminate his contract. There was clear damage internally, though. Beyond the public statements of condemnation posted by Fernandes' teammates in, of course, Wesley Fofana and David Datro Fofana, all 6 French members of Chelsea's first-team squad unfollowed the Argentine on social media. So too has midfielder Romeo Lavia, born in Belgium to parents of African heritage. France's neighbour is Belgium. Yes. Fernandes is on holiday after his Copa America exertions, but uniting Chelsea's squad when he joins the club's tour for the United States will be a big test of new head coach Enzo Maresca's man management skills. To be fair, yes, it will be a test of Enzo Maresca's man managing skills once the understanding's been understood. You know, it's up to Chelsea as a club with specialist people in this club to bring them together. It should not be on the new Chelsea manager to be like this mediator. He is the coach. Yes, he needs to, like, you know, psychologically, you know, build up the players, this, that, and the other, but this is not his job. His job is, once they've shaken hands, should they shake hands, to be like, right, cool, let's do this now. Do you know what I mean? I don't agree with the fact it's like, oh yeah, you gotta make this right, mate. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely not. Let's talk transfers. So what positions and players are Chelsea looking at? Well, let's find out. Chelsea are hoping to sign two or three more players, ideally by the end of July. Whoa! 2 or 3 players in 7 days. Jeez. But with an acceptance that some business could drag into August. Yeah. Attack remains an area of focus. Chelsea are still assessing their striker options and continue to look at Samu Amorodorian of Atletico Madrid. Euro 2024 star Nico Williams is high on the club's list of options to upgrade on the left wing, but Barcelona and PSG are in strong pursuit. Yeah, so is like Romano. He keeps saying Nico Williams is there. Chelsea is still keen on Nico Williams. I thought it was dead in the water purely on the finances alone. But the story won't go away, gang. The story won't go away. Chelsea are also in the market for a goalkeeper who's a good fit for Maresca's style of play. Arsenal goalkeeper... Oh, here, thank God for that. I just read the first bit. Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale and James Trafford of Burnley. I was like... have been ruled out as targets. Denmark under-21 international Philip Jorgensen is one to watch here. Despite only signing a new 5-year deal with Villarreal last month, Chelsea have already made an approach for him yesterday, which of course we reacted to on yesterday's video. Beyond the first team, Chelsea's aggressive push to acquire the world's best teenagers continue. They've scouted, of course, Gabriel Mek, the 16-year-old winger turning heads at Gremio, and they're exploring the framework of a possible deal. Yeah, actually, loads of people who know about these young superstar talents are very, very excited about Gabriel Mek. I am I'm not one of them, but if he's good, fine, bring him in. I'm not going to get excited about more friggin' South American teenagers now. Look, I am excited about Esteval. I am excited about Paez. That's it. I'm dedicating my mental focus and attention to the first team now. All right? What? Maybe a little bit to the women's team. Lucy Bronze signing, very exciting. But yeah, let's just watch our football team for a while, shall we? What players could be leaving? Well, the aforementioned Georgi Petrovic is emerging as a surprise candidate to be sold only a year after his arrival from the MLS club New England Revolution. There are doubts at Chelsea over or about his suitability for Maresca's style of football, and the club are fielding inquiries about his availability. His broadly positive campaign, of course, last season means there's a good chance that he could be sold for more than the £13.6 million plus 2 million in add-ons, or 1.5 million in add-ons, that we paid 12 months ago. Yeah, we should basically. I know we probably paid a little bit over the odds, but we were like projecting his capacity. But yeah, we can make a few million on him. Defo, he was Chelsea's starting goalkeeper in a top 6 finish, ultimately. That's got to be worth saying. Another player who will fit Maresca's style is less clear. Oh, yeah, Ben Chilwell, one of the highest earners in the first team squad. Chelsea may consider selling him this summer if the price is right. Though his injury record over the last 3 years could negatively affect his market. Yeah, wow. Yeah, the percentage of minutes played, right? So last campaign, percentage of minutes played, 22.1%. The season before, 41.2%. The season before that was the season after the Champions League win, 15.8%. It's only the first season when we bought him, when we won the Champions League, that he played 66.8% of available minutes. And a couple of seasons before that at Leicester, he played 94 plus 7. So he's actually at Chelsea, apart from winning the Champions League, which is like, even then he only played 2/3 of the available minutes, which is fine, but you want like that minimum as an important player, 2/3 of available minutes. God, that is seeing that on paper is a dismal representation of his availability. Wow, that's just like hit my brain. That's a sobering moment. Yeah, maybe like, and I knew he had injury problems, but seeing that, like, he's just never played. I mean, Reece James is the same, but wow. Nothing has changed in Conor Gallagher's situation. A sale or contract renewal this summer both remain possible as he enters the final 12 months of his deal. He expects to join up with Chelsea's pre-season tour in the United States. Of course, he's having a break after reaching the final of the Euros. Talks continue, or they do continue today, with Al Ittihad over Kepa Arrizabalaga after Chelsea turned down an initial offer from the Saudi Pro League. Don't turn down offers! Don't turn down offers for Kepa. Just accept them, bro. Chelsea are waiting to hear from Napoli regarding Lukaku. Nothing is close, but the clubs are likely to engage once Victor Osimhen's future is resolved. 3-year deal Lukaku will sign with Napoli. He's happy with the money. He's like basically halving his wages. He'll sign a 3-year deal. It's seeing if a deal can be done. Lens have expressed an interest in Malang Sarr. Well, we reacted to him basically going in a different report. And Chelsea are motivated to get the 25-year-old's sizable wages off the books. Only permanent deals will be considered. Him, Kepa and Lukaku, as the clubs seek to preserve the full complement of their loan slots for developmental prospects. Speaking of, Leslie Ugochukwu is earmarked for a loan after being withdrawn from the Olympic football duty for France. Chelsea removed him from the squad. Harvey Vale has also been left out of the first team squad for the tour to facilitate a loan move. Leo Castledine is also expected to depart on loan. Trevoh Chalobah, who's been left out of the squad for pre-season tour, Armando Broja, Cesare Casadei and Datro Fofana could all be sold if acceptable offers are presented. Wow. Cool, we've covered an absolute lot there. Stories will develop very, very quickly, as they always do. Strikers will come up, random crazy sale ideas will come up, more Nico Williams will come up, Lukaku will come up. So do keep it locked to Football Therapy, because I want to be the guy who brings them to you here. Thank you for hanging out with me, thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you back here soon, hopefully. Peace.